What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon. NFL DFS video Monday Night Showdown breakdown. Last game of Week 9 is already here. We're already kind of on the horizon looking towards Week 10, but I wanted to bring you guys as much information as I possibly can. So if you've never been to the website before, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com is that website. Go check it out. FTA Plus, $10 for a week, gets you every sport. We've got a yearly pass going right now. If you click the yearly pass, instead of $199, use the promo code NBA is back. All one word, all capital letters. Get it for $74.99. But what we're going to do is we're going to break this game down. We're going to look at it. We're using Outlier.bet, which is our betting site that we check it out. They're the sponsor to all of these videos. The link will be down below. Click the link, sign up. You'll get a free month of us if you go through your 7-day free trial and purchase it. You'll get 3 months free if you go to the pro package. But we use them for sports betting. If you do not check us out for sports betting this week, you missed out on some great insight there. We hit our sports bet. We hit on our lineups. It's been a great week so far, but I wanted to make it a better week and end on a bang. So what we're going to do is you're going to notice this video is a little bit longer, so there are chapters so you can skip ahead, but we are going to break it down. We are giving you the insights to be better at building lineups. So we're going to give you the statistics behind the picks, not only the picks, and then we will build some lineups after this, both on FanDuel and DraftKings. So stick around and let's go. So looking at insights from 2023 to now, we see that 84% of the winning lineups have contained at least one quarterback. Now, this is on DraftKings, but obviously Mahomes is in a great spot. Baker Mayfield has been killing it this year as well, so they're very close in price as well. 6% of the winning lineups used 50% or $50,000 or 100% of the salary, so do not feel like you need to use the entire salary. 16% of the lineups used a $200 player or less, which, it depends on if there's any news or notes that bump out that would bring up somebody. But honestly, everyone's on IR down there. Probably not going to be a $200 player in this matchup here. 80% of the winning lineups had a $4,000 or less player. So you're looking at Palmer all the way down, from Trey Palmer all the way down. So there are some good ones, maybe a Justin Watson, maybe a Tucker if he's in there a little bit, a Jarrett if he gets in some, if he's even active for this game. So it really will depend on finding those players that we can build a lineup around. Average lineup, 47,500. And stacks. These are the big ones. 4-2 stack, 44% of the time, have been in the winning stack for the lineups. 3-3 stack has been 36% of the time, and a 5-1 stack has been 21% of the time. And then we look at it. Captain spot on DraftKings, 39% of the time, the winning lineup had a wide receiver as your captain. 28% of the time, it's been a running back. 17% of the time, it's been a quarterback. 7% of the time, it's been a tight end. And 7% of the time, it's been a defense. And then only 2% of the time, it's been a kicker and the winning captain spot since the start of last year. So a ton of information to go over there. If you've got questions, hopefully we can help you out. But let's take a look at some of these captain spots where we feel comfortable with the wide receiver. So we know that the wide receiver room for both of these teams kind of down. So obviously we've got injuries to Rashee Rice for Kansas City, and they have so many targets they spread it around. Same thing kind of over there on Tampa Bay. They lost Godwin. They lost Evans. Their top one has been Cade Otton, which makes a lot of sense. I would still use him. But there's not DeAndre Hopkins is there, so he's a spot there. You do have McMillan, but he is questionable. Let's see. Is McMillan still questionable, or is he good to go? Hamstring limited Saturday's practice. So, yeah, not 100%. So it could be Baker Mayfield. It could be the under $4,000 plays that make a lot of sense. So there are different ways we're going to build around this, and I kind of want to look at that as well. So kind of giving that a little bit of boost there. I think we want to take exposure to a few players. So I don't know if the wide receiver makes a lot of sense in this situation, but let's try and build some lineups here for you guys that make sense, that should go under owned, that allow us to get in here. So which one would be a sneaky one? I think Noah Gray as a sneaky tight end captain. He's still getting, the targets. He's getting the yardage while everyone's going to be on Kelsey. I think Noah Gray could make a lot of sense here. I think doing this, we're able to get in both quarterbacks, so Mahomes and Mayfield. I think we can get Kelsey in there as well. Now we're at 2 spots available. I think Kareem Hunt makes a lot of sense. He obviously signed back with the team. He's now the RB1 there. He's been doing pretty good in the 4 weeks that he's been here. Now we're at 7,600 for a flex. Rashad White against Kansas City. So we can look at this. He's been pretty good. And actually what I forgot to mention is, let me pause this and bring up our matchup tool. Okay, so the matchup tool, it's a completely free tool. It's on the website. If you go to the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, you go to the NFL tab. It's under the Bacon Station. I may rename it to matchup tool to make it easier for you. But I've had a lot of people talk about how it helped them this week. So it's been a paid tool, but we brought it to a free tool for the rest of the year. So it's completely free. It's got every single team, but I have filtered it out now to just these 2 teams to show you. So you can look at this. Tampa Bay in the red zone, they rank dead last against the quarterback in the red zone. You can see they've given up 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, or 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 2 300-plus yard throwing games, 4 rushing touchdowns to quarterbacks. They rank dead last, giving up 24.4 fantasy points per game to an opposing quarterback and on both sides. So they are not that good. They're terrible against the quarterback. If you look, so Kansas City's ranked 19th, giving up 17.4. Running back situation. Tampa Bay ranks 23rd against the opposing running backs, giving up an average of 26.2, whereas Kansas City Chiefs defense, they rank first. they're number 1 against the running backs. So Tampa Bay could have some trouble for this game. Tampa Bay's defense against the wide receiver, 28th. They give up an average of 38.2. Kansas City, they rank 5th. They are very good defense. Kansas City's defense could be clutch, could make sense to build with in these lineups. So Rashad White, I might be out on Rashad White. I don't know. Kansas City against the opposing tight end, they rank dead last, 32. 32, they're giving up an average of 17.2. And then Tampa Bay against the tight end, 26, giving up 14.5. So this is I like this build looking at this. You could look at Hopkins. Last week, didn't really do much. First week, maybe he balls out here. I don't mind this as a one lineup that we start. So this is a lineup I'm going to put in there. Noah Gray, Mahomes, Mayfield, Kelsey, Hunt, and Hopkins. You see we have a 5-1 stack here. The only Tampa Bay option is Baker Mayfield. I love this matchup here. The defense, Kansas City's defense is really good. We know this. So do not overthink it. But Kansas City's defense against the opposing tight end, very bad. And that's kind of what I want to look at. So I'm going to look at K. Dotton at 12,600 there. I think we can get both quarterbacks in there. I think we can get both tight ends for Kansas City again. And that leaves us with 6,200. McMillan, if he's in there. Shepard, questionable. Again, there's so many different questionable things. So you could get the Chiefs defense and leave 1,200 on the table. I don't mind this lineup either. This is a 4-2 stack looking at this game. And I forgot to look at it. Kansas City, 28.2 implied team total. Tampa Bay, only 18.3. This could be a slaughter. If it follows the trend, this could be a slaughter. The current line is 9. Kansas City minus 9. It opened at 7.5. So it will really depend on how they're, if McMillan is out, it could spell trouble. Is Shepard out? Another hamstring. It could be a very ugly game outside of Patrick Mahomes, or outside of Baker Mayfield and K. Dotton. So I do like that as a matchup there. Now, rain is also a problem. Rain, with all of the plethora of wide receivers having hamstring injuries, could spell absolute disaster. This could be an ugly game. This could actually, I was very excited about this game, but once all these questionable tags came out, the weather came out, Scares me a little bit. That definitely scares me a little bit. But let's take a look. Now, like we said, with using a defense, only 7% of the time a defense has been the captain spot. But I think we could build a lineup using the Chiefs defense as a captain spot. They are all the way down here at 7,500. That allows us to go a lot of different directions. I think we get Mahomes in there. I think we get Mayfield in there. I think we could get Cade Otton. I think we could get Kelsey. Now we're at 5,700. We're looking at Butker, a kicker, but the weather scares me a little bit. You do have Trey Palmer, who, not a ton to go off of, but game log, he's seeing some targets. He would be a huge boost if both McMillan is out and Sterling Shepard is out. Or if they're not 100% healthy, Trey Palmer could be in a spot. So Chiefs defense, both quarterbacks. We got both number one tight ends. And then we got, which could possibly be a Trey Palmer that's your $4,000 play in the lineup. This could be a lineup that hits. I like this lineup here. We've left $1,700 on the table. Again, do not feel like you need to use all of your salary. The average salary left on the table is about $2,500 per lineup. So that is one way to go. Now let's see if we can do. Let's see what we can do. I want to do Chiefs defense again. Go Chiefs defense. I want to get Mahomes in here. I want Mahomes to throw to D-Hop, Nuke. I want to get him in there. We're at 8,500 the rest of the way. I think we could get Kelsey in there. I think we could get Hunt in there. Now we're at 6,900. That's Wentz. That's, McMillan if he's in there. I don't know if he will be. You could look at that. We could see. Or we take Hunt out. We go Cade Otton. We're at 8,300. We're able to do Xavier Worthy, which would make sense. We haven't talked about him. He is the technically wide receiver one on this lineup. So we've got a 5-1 stack again. The only stack here is Cade Otton, or the only play here is Tampa Bay Cade Otton. Now, I think this is the way that most people are going to go. I think that's where I want to go as well. So Chiefs defense could be a sneaky. I don't know how sneaky it's going to be actually building through. So that's one way to build. That is building on DraftKings. Now what I want to do is to build. Let's build on FanDuel. We'll build a couple of lineups on FanDuel. Now it's a little bit different because we have one less spot there and the stacking's a little bit different. Let's start this one off with the bang as well. I'm going to go Kansas City defense as the MVP spot. They're in a great spot. The weather is on their side. They get the home here. I like it. So we've got Mahomes. I think he throws to Kelsey. Now we're averaging 11,000 for two more spots. We really could go anywhere here. Depending on where you want to go, we could be looking at, let's see, 11,000 for the two spots. We go D-Hop, and now we're at 12,500. Rashad White's out. Worthy is there. Cade Otton is there. I don't mind that. We've left 2,500 on the table. I feel pretty good with that one as well. So I think the Chiefs defense is going to be a way that I want to go about it. And I think a lot of people are going to be on a Chiefs stack. So in that MVP spot, let's put Cade Otton. For one, let's just put Cade Otton. I want Baker throwing it to him. I want Mahomes. I want Kelsey. And are we able... So we're at 5,500. We probably are not able to do much with this one. Yeah. So if we take Kelsey out of the equation, we're at 92 for two spots. Okay. So at 92, you could put Trey Palmer. So him throwing it to Palmer. And then we're at 11,000. So we're looking at D-Hop. We're looking at Butker. We're looking at the Chiefs defense. And we've left 2,000 on the table. Or you could take out Trey Palmer and you could go D-Hop. McMillan, if he's in, we could do D-Hop. We've left nothing on the table. It is a 3-2 stack with Kansas City as a build. So it's a second build. So let's do one more FanDuel build. If there are certain things you guys want to see in these videos, let me know. I'm always up to listen to what you guys are looking for in these lineups. But for instance, let's put Kareem Hunt. Let's say the weather is a concern and it's better on the ground than in the air. So depends on what the weather's going to do, but Kareem Hunt at the top here. I think Mahomes throwing to him makes sense. I think D-Hop makes sense in there as well because everyone's going to be on Xavier Worthy. Now we're at 10,000. Let's put the Chiefs defense there, and now we have to get someone. Let's do Cade Otton. We've left 1,500 on the table, and we'll go that one. And we'll do one more. This one's going to go very under-owned. This one might not even hit. But we're going to go Baker Mayfield as the captain, throwing to Cade Otton, which makes sense. We're going to put in Mahomes. We're at 9,200. If we put in Kelsey, I don't think we're able to do anything. 5,500. Payne Durham. I mean, game log wise, yeah, 1.3. Not even on the team really. Peyton Hendershot. So he's on the active roster. Opted to stay in Kansas City on the practice squad. But he's back on the 50-man roster. He could be a weird spot here. So it's a tight end. Tampa Bay's bad against the tight end. He's tight end 3. But we've seen tight end 3s get their run. This is a completely crazy lineup. But that's the kind of lineup that might take something down. So there you go. That is the build. Could be an ugly game, but we could see Tampa Bay or Kansas City go up so big and just run the ball as much as humanly possible, and we can see from there. So any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Let me know some of your favorite MVP plays that maybe we didn't talk about here. Trying to build you guys some of the best lineups and best advice. Trying to give you the best advice we possibly can. So maybe this channel's not for you. There's certain people that, only want the picks and that is it. We have all of those picks on the website, but we are trying to make you a better DFS player. We give you a lot of information here for free. All I ask is you like it, share it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So that's what I've got. Good luck on Monday Night Football, and we are looking forward to Thursday night. We already have the game. It should be a good game, okay? It's Cincy at Baltimore again. We just saw this not too long ago. This is where both quarterbacks, I think, threw for 5 touchdowns. This could be in a historic Thursday Night Football game that hopefully we can take advantage of. So make sure you're on the lookout. We're going to have all of our information for Week 10. We're going to have our matchup tool out there that you already saw. We're going to have our complete cheat sheet for the main slate. We're going to have the Thursday night breakdown. We're going to have the main slate breakdown video. We're going to have rankings video and articles out there for Week 9. We're going to have our stacks. We're going to have our best bets. It's just me doing these videos. It's a lot of work with 2 kids, but I am here for you, and hopefully you are ready to go. So that is what I've got. Good luck today, and as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace!